the person. Okay, first the blasting will be carried out and then the thermal spraying will be carried out. So it will result into very thin coating. Later on we will see some processes resulting in a thick coating. So workpiece need to be rotated continuously. So this is different than our hot dipping process. Yesterday we had seen hot dipping operation. Compared to that, this is different. Okay, so let us move further. So the spray gun. So this is the working procedure. You are requested to carefully understand the working procedure, which is very simple. That is why we can move further quickly. So here we can save the time on each process. Meher Panchal. Mihir. Harshal Chaudhary.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us. So the procedure is mentioned here. Please understand the procedure very carefully. So all the products, metallic products, they are ultimately subjected to some coating, protective coating, and for that either of these processes will be used. So powder spraying, in that the raw material will be in the powder form, whereas the approach is almost similar. Being finally the material is melted, so it is not going to create any problem. Palandra, I hope you are getting it, this metal spraying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So even you can see here any those blades or any such individual parts of some equipment, those will also be subjected to. You can see the gun. I am interested to show you the gun. So that one common part will be having several input through which the wire, that metal particle, air, that oxygen, that those gases will come, and then inside the combustion will be carried out. So ultimately that gun is nothing but inside it is a combustion chamber. Okay, so in that we are carrying out the heating and then melting, and then it is then sprayed with the help of compressed air. Now the next process, very old process now, physical vapor deposition, PVD. In short, it is referred as PVD. It's a very old process. So let us understand this process. So typical coating material like chromium, aluminium, nickel or any such, okay, those can be effectively deposited in the form of thin layer, okay, thin film. So this is that setup. You are requested to draw this diagram, or first see the video, small clipping, and then you will quickly understand it, and then you can draw this diagram. So you can see here the metal which is to be deposited, it is placed there at the bottom, and then those small molecules, those are deposited on the material, that is your base metal substrate material. So this way so that vacuum is helping us here. So very small 10-second animation, you can understand it. So physical vapor deposition. So in the form of vapor, the metallic particles are deposited. Okay, so you are requested to draw this diagram quickly. But very thin layer will be deposited again here. Rahul Sari. Uraj Darji. I hope you are getting it. Please respond quickly. Shreyash Saudari. Saloni Shah. Please respond quickly. So students are typing. I hope you are getting it. Saloni Shah. You may unmute yourself and you can interact so that your other classmates can also hear you. You are typing there. Manugar Prada.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? So I have chosen some small video to that, because always such processes, if one has to explain, those can be effectively explained with some small videos. Okay, so ultimately already now you are in your last stage of your graduation studies, so you are well aware about, okay, to understand such processes very clearly. Okay, so physical vapor deposition, a very old process available in industry. So those who are interested, those may note down this procedure. So any that the source of heating may be some electrical source. We know that with the help of some electrical supply, we can generate some heat and the material will be heated. So workpiece will be rotated so that your entire surface of the product will be exposed, and the rotation speed will be maintained accordingly so that uniform deposition will be obtained. Okay. So these are some advantages, thin coating. So less quantity of metal is consumed. So wastage of material is comparatively less. So any major equipments are not required for this, like in our previous case, that is that metal spraying. That gun itself is very costly, and the gun itself is having its problem. So that type of equipments are not used in this. But the thing is that it is comparatively slow process. some examples are shown over here. Now the next process. So I am quickly rushing through. I hope you are getting it, but if anyone is having any doubt, one can immediately inform me, one can immediately raise the doubt. High velocity oxygen fuel spraying, HVOF. Later on we will see towards the end one tabular information in which we will see by which process, okay, how much will be the velocity there and how much will be the coating thickness obtained there, average, okay, as a representation. So high velocity oxygen fuel spraying. So here the materials like carbides and alumina, which are very hard in nature and even having very high melting point, those are used as a coating material, and by that a very good quality wear resistant surface and corrosion resistant surface is obtained. So very high velocity will be generated here in that material which is sprayed. So it is very much similar to your metal spraying, very much similar, except that velocity will be very high. So let us quickly see one small video. So the impact is very high here because of that high velocity. So you can see here different input, oxygen, that kerosene, then that ignition will be carried out quickly. Let us have a look to it, and then at the latter stage the powder and carrier gas is introduced. Depending on the requirement, water cooling will be provided there surrounding to the gun. Otherwise the gun itself will be suffering with some problem. So here it is HVOF. So the powder, so the high velocity will result into good quality bonding also. So you can see here, this is that HVOF process. So the gun is moved with the help of some fixture conveyor arrangement so that uniform deposition will be carried out. So carbides are the most commonly used coating material here. So you can see the setup. So manual work is avoided here so that uniform thickness will be achieved.
Sir,
Yes?
so can you go back to the schematic of the nozzle?
Just 1 minute. This one.
Yes, sir.
Yes. What is doubt here? That doubt, Tanmay?
No, sir, no doubt, sir. I just...
Okay. So better when all are requested to draw the diagram also, because maybe suppose in the exam some question comes, always support your answer with some, the questions will be open-ended. Okay, directly it will not be asking you to explain, describe some procedure, but it will be some twisted questions. So one need to understand the question and accordingly it need to be explained, but while explaining, some diagrams will be useful to support your answer. Yes, Tanmay, I think you are trying to say something again.
No, sir.
Okay. Naresh,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shitanshu,
Yes, sir.
okay. So that is called as combustion chamber also, that inside portion of the gun wherein the material will be melted. So the velocity of up to 800 meter per second. Later on there are some tabular information available in which we will see that the velocity on the range of 1200, 1200 meter per second. Okay, that much of the velocity may also be obtained there. So the benefit of this is that low porosity and high bonding. So one important thing here is that in all such spray coating, there are chances that some porosity or the defect is likely to take place in the coating. I hope you are well aware about what is porosity as a defect. Anyone? Please quickly refer to this defect. Nikhil.
The high velocity of oxygen has a chance of entering.
No, it is likely to take place during that coating.
In case of wire spraying or powder spraying, we are initially melting the coating material and then depositing it on the substrate. So once it is deposited, it will start to solidify, and during that time air or some gases may get entrapped, which will lead to porosity.
Yes, okay. So sometimes, the gap which is there between the gun and the substrate material, so that may have some, what we can say, that air, surrounding air, and that may be trapped inside along with that metallic particle, and that will be carried out there, and sometimes after depositing there, that air particle, those air pockets may lay down there, and those may be trapped inside. So we will see as a tabular information which type of process will result into how much porosity. Normally that porosity will be in the range of 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, like that. So minimum is the best. 0% porosity is the best. That means no porosity, no defect. So the lowest value is preferred in that. So that type of issues are there in coating. Even you may realize it at the home, at the wall. Suppose you are carrying out some painting, there you will find inside some air bubbles are trapped inside, and it will be resulting into some pocket inside. You might have witnessed also at your home. आप कभी वो पेंटिंग करते हो तो शायद आपने कभी रियलाइज किया होगा. Okay, so this high velocity process is having very low porosity, and the high bonding strength is obtained because of the impact, very high impact compared to other processes. Is it clear? Suyash Singh. Suyash, products provided with some coating deposition with the help of HPF process. So here is one sort of comparison between some processes. So here the porosity is very less in case of HVOF process. The velocity is up to 1200. You can see in this case, in case of HVOF, the velocity obtained is in the range of 1200. So this data is taken from some literature in which some researchers, they had carried out some comparative work. The porosity is comparatively less, and even the strength obtained is very high. So the strength obtained, so it is compared with wire spray process, plasma press process. Naresh, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So another process, ion beam. So this is little bit advanced process, will be used with some good quality products. Ion beam deposition, in short it is also called as IBD or IAD. Ion beam assisted deposition. So application of ion beam will be used here. So here it is, you can see even one small video is also there. So electron beam source will be there, and that will be allowed to move and deposit on the substrate material. So you can see one small video for this. So you can see here the different material, that's why different colors are shown there, different elements. Even so very advanced process. So very advanced process. Ion beam assisted deposition. So the material to be deposited is ionized here. And that material will be deposited on the product. So modification. So slowly, as the people are realizing the importance of this surface engineering, various modifications are continuously going on in the existing process. Some different technology is used, but the ultimate aim is that the coating material will be melted and will be deposited on the substrate material. That is the basic philosophy. Okay, and one has to ensure the bonding should be good there, and the interface should not be separated. Some life should be there in that interface. Interface is nothing but the joining of overlay and that substrate material. Okay, so some activities, some steps related to ion beam assisted deposition, but used in very selective cases because it is costly process. So the output in the form of good mechanical property will be obtained, but yes, it will be costly process, and hence depending on the application it can be used. Now the thick deposition. Thick deposition process, the previous processes we had seen as a thin deposition, but now here we will see some thick deposition processes. So that is called as cladding, hard piecing or weld surfacing. So being it is a thick deposition process, so typically the welding process will be used here to melt the material and deposit. So ultimately we had seen the material to be deposited that we need to melt and it will be deposited. So in our welding, traditional welding operation also, in our traditional, let us see our traditional welding operation used for joining the product. So what we are doing is that the electrode which is there, that electrode will be melted and then it will be, that material will be poured in the cavity to fill the cavity and then the joint will be carried out. So ultimately the material is melted there also and it will be filled in the cavity. So that same approach will be used, but the difference here is that instead of joining the two parts, what will be done, that the surface will be there and on that surface your that electrode will be used, okay, and that electrode will go on depositing the layer and it will move continuously here. So that approach is used by the researcher or the industry people. So very good use of welding process. So let us see that also. So one quick video for that. So here you can see on this okay, one that track, railway track or like that type of product, initially that base material will be having some material, on that the cladding will be done here now. So you can see here the gun, okay, here the raw material is in the wire form, okay, the gun is there and that is going to deposit the material. I hope the videos are visible clearly. Is it? Please someone quickly respond. Anugrah, whether the video is visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
So you can see here one, okay, depending on that that width obtained in one pass, multi-pass, there will be multiple passes used there. So after that, okay, here, okay, one pass is generated, okay, then second pass will be there, then third pass, and so that your entire surface will be, okay, overlaid there, that way. So this type of setup we are also having in our lab, advanced welding lab, but that process which is used is plasma arc welding, okay, plasma arc welding, which is using the raw material in the powder form, and it will be melted and deposited here. Normally I used to take the final year student there to show that actual deposition, and students are also allowed to carry out that activity there. Okay. So this is also one, even the punch dyes which are available in the industries, if their surface is degraded, then instead of throwing that, rejecting that punch dye, they will clad it, achieve some deposition, finish it, good quality surface finish, and then again reuse the product. So I am moving on. Okay. So here you can see. So you can see here, this way it will be deposited. So it will take its time accordingly. So this way, very systematically, these welding processes are used for as a cladding purpose. So you can see here, a very good quality surface finish is achieved there on the product. So many such products are now shifted with such surface engineering processes. So surface engineering is now evolving as one good approach in industry, because they will be having their existing raw material with them, which otherwise they are rejecting, they are throwing. But now what they are thinking, yes, make best use of that existing material, क्योंकि bulk quantity उसका ही रहेगा. Please remember your substrate material. Okay, bulk quantity will be of ordinary material. बल्क क्वांटिटी जो होगा वो आपका ऑर्डिनरी मटेरियल का रहेगा. उसके ऊपर आप 2-3 mm का बहुत अच्छा क्वालिटी का निकेल, क्रोमियम या स्टीलाइट जो भी मटेरियल रहेगा उसका आप लेयर डिपॉजिट कर दीजिए और आप उस प्रोडक्ट को इकोनॉमिकल मोड में यूज कर सकते हैं. ओनली द स्मॉल लेयर इज कॉस्टली, रेस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट विल बी ऑफ योर लेटेस्ट से प्लेन कार्बन स्टील और योर ऑर्डिनरी स्टील, ऐसा मटेरियल वो रहेगा. ओके, सो वेरी इकोनॉमिकल अप्रोच इज नाउ कमिंग अप. इवन पहले क्या होता है, इंस्टेड ऑफ मेकिंग द एंटायर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ सेम मटेरियल, almost 80 to 90% will be made with economical material और उसके